Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous edition of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So, it looks like we're in awards season for films, television, miniseries, those types of things. We recently had the Golden Globe Awards, where our very own Lois Lane from Man of Steel, Amy Adams, won Best Actress for American Hustle. She's also nominated for a SAG Award for the same role. She plays Sydney, a con woman, along with her partner Christian Bale, who is also a part of the DC film universe as Batman in the Nolan trilogy, which we've been told is not going to continue moving forward as they look to connect all the characters. More and more we're getting rumors that there will be more Man of Steel cameos or roles for other superheroes, and that possibly down the line that will lead to Justice League. At least that's the inference. That's what people are assuming will happen, and it certainly looks like they want to get there, and they want to get there in a hurry rather than taking as much time as they can to establish all these heroes in their own films. But what did I want to talk about today was the idea that I recently had a conversation with someone who told me that in superhero films, they were specifically speaking of Henry Cavill at the time, but then they made a general statement that in superhero films, they basically just cast pretty faces. They don't really cast really well-rounded or experienced or very talented actors, and I find that to not necessarily be true. Jeremy Renner, who receives critical acclaim very often, is in the Marvel films, and we also have our own share in the DC universe as well. And Scarlett Johansson, also in the Marvel films, has been nominated for a bunch, and of course Robert Downey Jr. Now, aside from Amy Adams winning the Best Actress for American Hustle in the Golden Globes, she's also nominated for a SAG. She was nominated in 2008 for Doubt as Best Supporting Actress in a Drama, and she was nominated in 2008, the same year, for Enchanted as Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical. She has several BAFTA awards, and she's been nominated over and over again for SAG Awards. The SAG Awards are coming up soon, and those are the Screen Actors Guild Awards, where people involved in the industry, directors and actors and actresses, vote for who they think among their peers is the best deserving. And she is nominated for Best Cast for American Hustle with the rest of her group. And she's also been nominated many other years. She was nominated for Best Cast in The Fighter. She was also nominated for Best Performance by a Female Actress in The Fighter back in 2008. And she was nominated for Best Female in Junebug in 2006. If we look forward to, or look back to other actors who have been involved, Terry Hatcher as Lois Lane was nominated multiple times for her role on Desperate Housewives. I'm sure she may have even won one or two of those. And yes, she's a pretty face, as is Amy Adams, but they're also very talented actors as well, and they've won awards. Kevin Spacey, one of the actors who, of course, has played Lex Luthor in a Superman film, won Best Actor Oscar in 2000 for American Beauty, and he won Best Supporting Actor in 1996 for The Usual Suspects, where he played Kaiser Soze. If you haven't seen that movie, you should check it out, although I might have just spoiled it for you. Damn 20-year-old movie! I just spoiled it! Oh, well. He's been nominated many times for SAG Awards. He has other nominations in the Golden Globes. In 2005, Kevin Spacey was in Beyond the Sea as Bobby Darin, and his co-star was Kate Bosworth, and they were nominated, well, he was nominated, for that movie as well. So we have two people that are involved in the superhero universe, the Superman universe specifically, that have been involved in nominated films. Kate Bosworth was actually nominated for a Saturn Award, which is the Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror in the USA Awards. And she was nominated for Lois Lane in Superman Returns, which is unusual because if there's one kind of repeated critical note I get about Superman Returns is that nobody really bought Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane, and she wasn't really given that much to do. But yet she was nominated for the Saturn Award. She didn't win it. But to be nominated when supposedly her performance was not all that widely accepted is pretty impressive, I think. Kevin Costner, of course, won an Oscar for directing for Dances with Wolves. He was also nominated for Dances with Wolves as an actor, and Dances with Wolves won Best Picture that year, and Kevin Costner shared that with another producer. So we've had our very own share of Superman-related Oscars, SAG Awards, nominations left and right. Diane Lane has 21 various nominations for different awards. Russell Crowe, of course, won a lead actor in Gladiator. He won a Golden Globe for Beautiful Mind, and he's been nominated for lots of others as well. And Henry Cavill, now he's fairly new to the scene. We'll be seeing him star in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I've been hearing from a lot of people what tends to happen with people who play Superman or other superheroes. Brandon Routh, for instance, they tend to play that role and then disappear. It's possible that could happen, although Brandon Routh has appeared on television. He's appeared as a guest star on many different shows, and he's been in some other movies as well. They haven't yet done particularly well, but according to a lot of people, Superman Returns didn't do that well, although it made enough money, certainly, to warrant a sequel or to warrant going forward. But I guess, like I suspect with Man of Steel and the way they're changing it up for the sequel, they weren't happy enough with the word of mouth. They weren't happy enough with the critical response. They weren't happy with the way it was received enough to continue in the same way they were going. Here with Man of Steel, they are going to continue with the same actor and the same cast, but it does certainly look like they're moving forward in a different direction. With Superman Returns, it wasn't even given that much of a benefit. It was just kind of tossed aside and put away and not gone back to. But Henry Cavill, I thought, did a fantastic job, and he's been nominated for Critics' Choice Award, believe it or not, for Best Male Action Star for this very movie we're talking about, Man of Steel. He didn't win it, but as far as not being critically acclaimed by anyone, as far as all the critics not liking it, it seems like enough people in the Critical Association liked him in order to nominate him as Best Male Action Star for this past summer. He also won the Teen Choice Awards for Best Lip Lock with Amy Adams. I'm not sure if that's more of an embarrassment thing or maybe just fun than it is a real award, but it's nice that he won it. He was also nominated for Summer Movie Star at the Teen Choice Awards for being Superman and Man of Steel, which he did not win. But I go through all of this because I wanted to kind of point out that it seems like, in a lot of cases, Robert Downey Jr. with Iron Man, Amy Adams with all these nominations, Lawrence Fishburne has often been talked about as being a great actor, and he's been nominated and won some awards himself. So we have a cast for Man of Steel, and moving forward with the expanded DC universe, Ben Affleck has won awards. Has been nominated for awards all over the place, and he's now going to be a part of this movie franchise as well. So, to those out there that say superhero films are popcorn fare only and don't have any good performances or good performers in them, look at this list, look it up yourself, and know that as far as our characters are concerned, they're in pretty good hands. Obviously, this year, Kevin Spacey is not playing Lex Luthor, but he is nominated for a SAG Award, and he was nominated for a Golden Globe for his role as Francis Underwood in the Netflix series House of Cards, which I loved. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. But at the same time, he's nominated in the same two categories for the same two awards with Bryan Cranston for playing, who played Walter White on Breaking Bad, which is also just a fantastic show, probably the best I've ever seen, maybe my #1 television show of all time. You should definitely check that one out. But the interesting thing here is Bryan Cranston, of course, we all know has been rumored for a long time to be in talks to be playing Lex Luthor in an upcoming Man of Steel sequel. If that should happen, then we would have had Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor in Superman Returns, and we will eventually have Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor in the Man of Steel franchise, and both of them are going head-to-head this year for the same award, lead actor in a drama series. Cranston and Spacey went up against each other at the Globes, and of course Cranston won out for his awesome portrayal of Walter White, and I assume, even though they're going up against each other for the same award at the SAG Awards, that Cranston will win again. It's for the final season of this fantastic character that Cranston played for 5 years and really showed us the depths to which he could go with his emotion and with his determination to show us such a great American character. The downfall of a good guy who tries to kind of redeem himself as the series goes on, but you should definitely check it out. And Kevin Spacey is great in House of Cards as well, even if he doesn't win the award. I just wanted to point out this week that there are plenty of performances worthy of award consideration within the actors and actresses that are in superhero movies nowadays. They're really taking them seriously. They're doing a great job, and everybody's not always just a pretty face like mine. If I had my way, they'd cast me, of course, as Lex Luthor instead of either one of those guys. But the whole viewers that I have for this program don't necessarily feel the same way. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And remember, always look up in the sky.